Now we're cooking with peanut oil. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Lady D. Lady Di. Much better, right? Yeah, it looks like I got a great frame rate here. Good God Almighty. I've been driving around town trying to get a good signal so that I can make this live stream. Yeah, no kidding, Jamie. Whew. She said third time's a charm. Good morning. Yes. Yes. Let me tell you, I love Caribou Coffee, okay, and Einstein Brothers, because they're usually together, you know, in the same store. I went in there this morning. I was counting change to be able to get coffee, and the guy behind the counter said, "Sir, this morning it's on me." Woo! You know it's going to be a good day when you get free coffee to begin your day, right? Good coffee at that. Well, here I am, Miss Lady Di. I'm going to be here live. I just want to catch up, wait till everybody, chimes in, and then I'm going to tell you guys what's going on this latest arrest and everything, right? Absolutely nuts. Hey, have a good one, Michigan Woodsman. You have a great day at work, buddy. Zero Fucks Given. What's up, Zero Fucks? Great name, great name. Oh, I don't care about caps lock. You guys can write however you want on here. Just don't insult my friends. And don't support cops. Not on my live stream. All right, so I got arrested night before last by the Lakewood Police Department because they thought that the lady at the association has power over the parking lot, but not power over Janet's house. So what they did was they tried to break it down in the statement, in the arrest report, as in he was walking back and forth on the parking lot and he was not inside an individually owned unit, so she has the power to make us arrest him. I'll give you a second to let that marinate. So she controls the parking lot. Like I wouldn't be able to stand on the parking lot. You know, I'm not trespassed from Janet's house is what they're saying. I'm trespassed from the parking lot of the building. Right? So if I walked across the parking lot to get to Janet's house, right? Yes, Chris, I was having technical difficulties at the beginning, but we're okay now. I'm at 3,870 kilobytes per second. When I was trying it before, I went down all the way down to 70. So all I did was actually move to the other side of the parking lot because I saw a cell tower over there, but it was there's like a building in front of it. So since I was parked so close to the building, I get less cell tower. So I moved out on the parking lot, and as I moved out, it just exposes me more to that cell tower. So now, now I got a good signal. Zero Fucks Given says, stamping the name of the asphalt on the parking lot monitor. Her thought process, LOL. Lady Di says, no, she doesn't. She is the HOA, which means she has to do with setting rules on how to have and maintain your outside property. Right, which she thinks because of that, she has some special power over the common areas. When the common areas is exactly what that is. It's a common area for everyone, right? Look, guys, I have a right to be there. I have an absolute right to be there, right? She has zero rights to have me arrested for that. And the cops have a zero right to arrest me for that, right? He tried to criminalize me on my statement, right? Wait a second. Oh, here we go. Would you guys like me to read the arrest report? Put a 1 up if you want me to read the arrest report. Which they weren't going to give me, but what I did was we went in there yesterday, which I will be putting up the video. We had Piggy Potato present in full regalia inside the Lakewood Civic Center, Police Department, whatever the fuck they want to call it, their government building, excuse me. And then they made special exceptions to give me my arrest report, because otherwise I would have had to wait 3 to 5 days, right? To be able to see if they would okay it for me to see, right? I mean, that's insane, but yeah. Okay, so it says here, Agent Guerra, being duly sworn upon oath, says that there is probable cause for the arrest of the above named defendant for the charges stated above, that the following facts are true and correct to the best of his or her knowledge, information, and belief and support the arrest of the defendant, which is, I was charged with trespassing, which is a Lakewood municipal charge. It is trespassing. The ordinance number is 9.66.010 subsection A. Eurofient is a police agent for the city of Lakewood, county of Jefferson, state of Colorado, whose responsibilities include the investigation of crimes committed in that city. Here's the setup on how, this is the setup of the wording, right? Eurofient has personal knowledge of the facts contained within this affidavit through personal involvement, interviews and witnesses, and other police officers, and through reviewing official police reports. Eurofient arrested Abdi Irizarry, whose date of birth is blank, for the above listed crimes which occurred at 1315 Essex Street. At 7 o'clock. The facts which developed in the probable cause of his arrest are as follows. The victim. There it is. No shit. Look, victim. Estes Squares Condominium Association. On number 3, 2019, at approximately 19:05 hours, I responded to 1315. Oh, damn it. To assist other agents with investigation of a disturbance. The original RP, Jose Espinoza, 092380, advised there was 15 people. You ready? 15 people. Okay, let's count that. What is 15? It was me, Munkai, Jonna, and Eric, and Brian. 5 people. Outside the location, making threats to a female. Making threats to a female. You guys watched it. There was no threats involved there. But the only threat involved there might have been that I will sue you if you don't stop this irrational, illegal behavior, right? They were making threats to a female, later identified as the Homeowners Association president, Marilyn Granberg, Granberg. Jose was a tow driver and told dispatch, guys, you guys watched the video, right? Okay. He told dispatch he was at the location to tow a vehicle and the group had come from an unknown apartment. Although Jose said the altercation was verbal only, he told dispatch the males were threatening to beat up Marilyn. That we were threatening to beat up the old lady, right? That's why there were so many cops there. So the tow truck driver of Tri-County Towing is a liar. He made a false statement to have police come on a high emergency level, right? For something that was not happening. This is why we record absolutely everything. If we don't, these lying statements would put us all in jail all the time, because these people are crooked and they are liars. Upon arrival on scene, I observed a large group of people in contact with agents in the south parking lot. Among the group, I observed the defendant, Abdi Irizarry. Abdi was pacing in the center of the parking lot. Agents were speaking with Marilyn. Marilyn had advised agents she had first come outside to sign for the tow of a vehicle which was illegally parked. She took it upon herself to assume that this car was illegally parked when they had an absolute right to park there. The person that owns that parking space gave her permission to park in their space because they don't have a car to put in that space. So one has a right to be able to let somebody park in your space if you wish to. But this lady is an HOA Nazi. When Marilyn came outside to the truck, she said she had been surrounded by approximately 6 males and 2 females. Marilyn said that the group called her names, yelled expletives at her, and told her that she had no right to take the vehicle. Notice that Marilyn does not mention that anybody made any threats to her to beat her up, okay? Because she was being video recorded and she knew better than that. This tow truck driver is a super idiot. Jose, you are a moron. And now you just got your company sued for false statements, and I'm coming after you too, because I'm pressing charges against you. As the HOA president, Marilyn has authority, this is the assumption, right? That she has authority of the common areas of the property, including the parking lot outside of individually owned spaces. Abdi was walking in the center of the parking lot and was not in the individually owned spaces. They're trying to make a distinction between the parking lot and Janet's house. Okay, now mind you, we're outside video recording this thing that's happening, right? For evidence, in case there is something, some litigation in the future, right? And also to protect ourselves, to have evidence when the police goons get there, right? All throughout the video, they say, sir, this is a civil matter. This is a civil matter. This is a civil matter. We cannot do it. This is a civil matter. But they decided to take our civil matter and make it a criminal matter and have me arrested with no jurisdiction whatsoever, no authority to have me arrested whatsoever, without committing any type of crime. Simply, I don't like you here recording, and we don't like what you're saying. Janet did not trespass me. I was a guest at Janet's house, which, by the way, guys, I'll keep that private. I can't divulge that because I'm a public figure here in this sense, right? So, but I have evidence, right, that is insurmountable, which you can't fucking beat in court. Okay? Yeah, Lady Zaga says that they decided to civil matter me. Yeah, that's exactly it. Oh yeah, Lady Di says sue both the tow company and the HOA. It's on the way. It's definitely on the way. Hey, what's up, Night Shadows Patrol? Marilyn identified Abity as a person who did not live at the apartment complex. You were wrong, Marilyn. You were wrong. Absolutely wrong. And I'm going to prove that. It was already proved on the video because Brian Loma showed where my name is actually in the mailbox. I receive all of my mail there and all of my shit goes there. I am licensed there. I have to change my driver's license because you guys know what happened with the Father Woody's thing because I put up the video. I just haven't had time to go to the DMV and have my driver's license changed to that address yet. But I don't have to explain all that to these fucking people. So Marilyn identified Abity as a person who did not live at the apartment complex, but as someone who sometimes visited, and Marilyn told agents she wanted Abity to leave the property. Marilyn was absolutely wrong. Marilyn had no right to have me leave the property. She wanted me to leave the property because she didn't like me filming this or what I was saying. Gives her no right to throw me away. I'm there under the authority and permission of a homeowner there, right? And extremely welcome there by the homeowner. Agent Newhart and Sergeant Maines, this is the moron that made the decision, is Sergeant Maines. This is the same guy that says you have 1 minute to leave and he arrests me 40 seconds later, right? So he didn't even give me the minute, right? Thank you for that, AK Lady. She was the first one to realize that. That I was someone who sometimes visited, and Marilyn told agents she wanted Abity to leave the property. Agent Newhart and Sergeant Maines instructed Abity he had been asked to leave the property, and if he remained on the premises, he would be charged with trespassing. We're not on a 7-Eleven there. This is not the clerk at a 7-Eleven, okay? This is a private property individually owned by different individuals, with the parking lot being a common area, which is nothing but you have to have it open for everyone because everyone has to go in and out of the buildings, right? You can't change, the status of a parking lot and keep it that it's impossible. I'd have to go to Janet's house and be lowered by a helicopter, right, to not be trespassing. That's retarded. Oh, I'm sorry. And I apologize for that word. I said I would never use that word again. My apologies. Abity told Sergeant Maine and the other agents that he was visiting a friend who lived at the complex and could therefore not be told to leave, which I'm right. Abity told agents Marilyn was just a neighbor and had no right to tell him to leave. Thank you for putting all that in the statement there, Gara. After Abity was assured that he would be charged for trespassing, meaning right there, they don't care what I had to say, right? They were willing to take this, to a lawsuit if necessary, just to violate my rights of video recording this incident and being on that property with a perfect right to be on that property to do what I was doing. Abity told agents Marilyn was just a neighbor. After Abity trespassing, he could continue to stay on the scene. After he was told that he would be charged for trespassing, he continued to stay on the scene. No, I immediately began to walk. No, I asked them for their cards, which will stay here, and then I began to walk away. Hey, what's up, Jesse? Thanks for being on here, man. And then I began to walk away. But then how can I leave if my keys are in Janet's apartment and I have to grab my vehicle? No, the Lakewood Police Department, under the threat of arrest, wanted me to leave and be homeless. You see what I'm saying? I have an absolute right to get my keys and leave in the manner of which I arrived, right? If I got there on horseback, I have a right to get on my horse and leave. You know what I'm saying? Abity told the agents that he would leave if he was given a business card by every agent. After he had been given business cards, Abity walked west through the parking lot, further onto the property and away from the exits. Yes, because I need my fucking car. I have to get my car. Right? They expect me to leave on foot and walk away forever. Think about the logic of that. That's the cop logic, right? Like, you have no rights as a human being or as a person or as a citizen of the United States or anything, right? Nothing. While Abity was doing so, he repeatedly stopped and yelled expletives back at residents of the apartment complex. Agents in Maryland on the scene. After Abity stopped several times and was clearly not leaving the property, I informed him, I was asking, can I get my stuff? Can I get my keys? When I began to say, can I get my stuff? And can I get my keys? Sergeant Main says, oh, somebody arrest him. After Abity stopped several times and was clearly not leaving the property, I informed him he was under arrest for trespassing. Yeah, because Maines told you so, right? Another individual on scene who was also not a resident of the apartment complex refused to identify himself. That was a Marine on the scene. That individual was asked to leave the property and did so voluntarily and was not charged. Yeah, he left voluntarily because he was threatened with arrest. Also, not allowed to be trespassed by them, right? He was an absolute guest of an individual who owns an almost $200,000 home there, right? And this HOA lady thinks she has power over the guests that come to your house who have committed no crimes. Think about that, people. Think about the insanity of this. Abity was taken into custody at approximately 19:20 hours. A query, watch this. This is where they begin to criminalize you and make you look like a bad person of some sort. Forget the presumption of innocence. Let me tell you how guilty he is so he can prove how innocent he is, right? Because I'm going to prove how guilty he is, right? A query of Abity's, there's no need to put this in the record report for any reason whatsoever, right? You're not allowed to do this in court, right? That's a 404B. You're not allowed to put disparaging things in court on a 404B motion because it would biasly prejudice, you know what I'm saying, the defendant, right? It would be like, nah, there's no need to put that there, right? This person, you don't know that's, you know. So anyways, a query of Abity's criminal history revealed he had a criminal history in the states of Florida, Texas, Colorado. In Abity's criminal history, he had been charged with disorderly conduct, trespassing, and obstruction of police several times. So here, let me read that over again. In Abity's criminal history, he had been charged with contempt of cop, contempt of cop, contempt of cop, and contempt of cop several times. Abity's criminal history began in 1995. Oh, it's criminal history. You getting this? Criminal history. No victims involved in anything, but it's his criminal history, right? Due to Abity's continued refusal to leave the premises, I never refused once. It's all on video, you morons at the Lakewood Police Department. Due to Abity's continued refusal to leave the premises voluntarily, which I said many times, his uncooperative and aggressive behavior, right? You cowards, you little dainty little girls, you, that you would consider my behavior aggressive. The original allegation of a threatened assault. The original allegation of a threatened assault, his refusal to acknowledge anyone could instruct him to leave the property, and the unlikeness of a summons being sufficient to discontinue his criminal behavior and his lengthy criminal history, he was jailed for trespassing. Hold on a second. But there was no crime here. There was no crime committed that they can. There was no investigation of a crime of any type here. Let me see. Because of his uncooperative and aggressive behavior, I don't have to cooperate with them for any reason. I had not committed no crime, so I don't have to answer or obey any of the commands at any time. The original allegation of a threatened assault. So this was actually one of the reasons why they arrested me. That's why this guy's going to go to jail for false statements. Okay. His refusal to acknowledge anyone to instruct him to leave the property. I have no obligation whatsoever to take any instructions from anyone to leave that property. I don't have to take any instructions from any of them to leave that property. I have an absolute right to be on that property. And his unlikeness of a summons being sufficient to discontinue his criminal behavior. Well, I've been taken to jail for this behavior. So what do you think that taking me to jail now and causing this hardship on me would change my mind in any way? I'm not going to change my mind. I'm going to fight you and I'm going to beat you in court because I have evidence of the truth to decimate these lies, right? And his lengthy criminal history. Huh. You know, my bank robberies, right? All my B&Es, knocking over all them 7-Elevens in my past, right? All that prison time, my criminal history. I was jailed for trespassing. Abity was transported to Jeffco jail. While being transported to the jail, Abity refused to answer standard booking questions until he could speak with his lawyer. They didn't let me speak to my lawyer until 12 hours later. Almost 13 hours later. Abity was jailed on the charge of trespassing, 9.66.010 subsection A, subsection 1, for remaining on the common property of the apartment complex. I'm sorry, it's not an apartment complex. It's a condominium unit. Big difference. Completely different definitions. For remaining on the common property of the complex after Maryland, the party with lawful control thereof, she does not. She says what color the fucking stripes are painted and stuff, but she has no right to trespass anyone from there that has a right to be there. Had withdrawn and denied her consent for him to be there. So, anyone visiting this condominium complex or anyone's house there must first have permission from Maryland to be there. Okay? We must first have permission from Marilyn Granberg to be there. Further, Abity failed and refused. It wasn't one time that I ever refused or said that I was not leaving. I needed their cards and I needed my keys to be able to leave. The decision for arrest was 40 seconds. 40 seconds. All of this that happened, all this refusal, supposedly all that shit, happened within 40 seconds. And that Maryland, the party with lawful control thereof, had withdrawn and denied her consent for him to be there. Further, Abity failed and refused to remove himself from said premises after requested to leave by the person with lawful control thereof. That person never spoke to me and told me to leave. Not once. The police officer came and told me that I had to leave or I was going to be arrested. She never spoke to me once. I have all the video evidence. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different, 5 different views of that. So 5 different camera angles of that with great high definition audio on them. Based on the foregoing facts, your affiant submits there is a probable cause to believe criminal offenses have been committed in violation of Colorado law. It wasn't Colorado law. It's Lakewood City law. That's not Colorado law. Your affiant further submits there is probable cause to charge Abity, 50 years old, race and ethnicity, white male. I am not a white male. I am a Latino male. 5'9", gray or partially gray, hazel eyes, with the commission of the above offenses. So, as you guys can see, land of the fees and home of the slave. I just scrolled back some. News Now 702 says a federal lawsuit. Oh, thanks Now. Thank you very much, News Now 702, for that information and sharing that in that lawsuit. I believe it was you who had brought it to our attention, and I thank you. Hey, CFW, thanks for being here. According to Jennifer, hey, night, she says, Lady Di Diana, so Observer Janet was not outside, so she was a mind reader, right? Actually, Janet was outside. I asked her in the video, do I have a right to be here? Did you want me in your house, Janet? She's like, yes. I said, did you trespass me from this property? She said, no. The Observer says, Jason Means is going down, says, and then the Observer says, I still can't understand why they wouldn't at least let him get his keys. Yeah, because they're thugs. They're just thugs. It's about arrest. It's about, it's about you will obey me. You know what I'm saying? You will comply, at the end of a gun, at the threat of violence, because that's what it's all about, right? It's about, we have the power and you're not a person. Which none of that is true, right? Lady Di says, HOA president has no authority to do anything except write letters to homeowners who are not abiding by HOA rules. Correct. She's only in charge of, how the lawn gets cut, what flowers are put in the common area, what color, you're allowed to paint your front door, whether they're going to make the parking, the parking spaces lined, are they going to make them white or are they going to make them yellow? But she has no say-so on who's in your house or who gets to visit your home or none of that. Ignorant Pleb says, all contempt of cop charges. Yeah, it's exactly it. Grateful Gal says, emotional cops. Not emotional cops, mistaken bacon, Grateful Gal. They're just mistaken bacon. This guy, Jason Maines, the sergeant that was there that threatened me with the arrest and said I had 1 minute and had me arrested within 40 seconds, I just finished winning a lawsuit against him, right, for some shit, federal lawsuit. He must think he's riding a high horse, right? He must think he's untouchable right now, right? You fucked with the wrong dude today. You fucked with the wrong dude on the third there, Jason Maines. You're going to be married to me now in court for a while, okay? You're going to be married to me in court for a while. You don't have the right to just arrest me like I'm less than you. No, you don't have that right. Okay? Lady Saga says, wow, defamation. CFW Carolina says, whoa, wait. Is this Liberty Freak guy a criminal? What the fuck? Yep, I am. Got that criminal mouth, right? Got that criminal mouth, CFW. Rachel Wooten, thank you for being here. Hey, Rachel says, he's a very, very naughty boy. Julia James says, it's outrageous what they did to you. From the UK, thank you for watching, Julia. Much love to you. Lady Di says, typical moronic, malfeasant pigs. Typical. Lady Zaga. I guess Lakewood still don't understand what live stream and recording does to a career. Exactly, Lady Zaga. These people are being recorded everywhere, and they basically arrested me because they didn't like what I was saying, and they didn't like me recording. They didn't like me recording. That's right, real sovereign citizen. I prefer riffraff. I prefer riffraff over hoodlum. I wouldn't mind being called riffraff. I mean, that's good. It's all right. It's one of my favorite AC/DC songs ever. If you guys have never heard it, jam that song, because it's me all day, right? Carolina Auditor News says, hello to all and Liberty Freak. Hello to you, Carolina. Lady Di, report all his lies. Oh, this is about to be written down in complaints. I already went to IA. I recorded. I got to put all this stuff up, right? I was so tired yesterday. I fell asleep, man, like at 7 o'clock yesterday. I was just dead. Night Shadows Patrol, GM at Carolina Auditor News. Carolina Auditor News says, film the truth. That's right. FTP, film the police. Wow, the morality level at work once again. We need to review police duties. They have far too much duties. Yep. CFW says, so how does a cop know about a criminal past in the moment? Oh yeah, magic. Well, here, I'll tell you guys how he knows of a criminal past at the moment. It wasn't at the moment, right? I stayed in booking almost 6 hours longer than necessary, because that's how long it took him to write that statement. Jeffco, I have to say, the deputies of Jeffco were very professional with me. They were very polite. They were very humane. Any question that I asked them, they answered willingly, right, immediately. For example, I say, hey man, can the TV be changed? You know, the jail has TVs in every cell there, right? And at the waiting cells and the booking cells. And I said, can this channel be changed? He goes, sure. And he just walked over, grabbed the remote control, came back and stood there until you just tell me which one you want, right? They were very cool on that. You know, they didn't inform me when I could make a call, so it took forever. Nobody was nasty. Nobody had an attitude. You know, nobody wanted to let me know that they were my jailer. So, you know, the guy that first took me in, I can't remember his name. His name was Aguirre or something, right? Mexican fella. And he said, man, it's not us. I was like, man, what's taking so long? And he says, it's not us. It's because Lakewood has not given us the report yet, the arrest report. We can't do anything until we receive the arrest report so we can continue forward. And he goes, and I apologize. And he would come periodically and say, man, I'm sorry, dude, like I said. And I'm like, no, man, it's cool, right? We're just so decent. Oh, also the cells where you stay in, right? These are group cells. All the doors were open. You know, they're not closed, and they keep you in the cell like everybody else, right? They have them open. Like, it was like really cool, right? So it took off that anxiety off of you, right? That being closed in a cell feeling and all of that, right? You can actually walk to the door and just stand at an open door and look out, you know, to where they were at, the booking area was, to see what was going on or whatever. They closed it once because one dude was just absolutely having an episode, right? Bashing his head against the door, blah, blah, blah. And then what they do is they close the doors and they close the window on it, right? So now you can't see anything that's going on outside. And that happened. They handled it within, man, no kidding, under 5 minutes, without violence, right? And boom, and then they just came and opened the doors again. And let me tell you that when that guy was getting mad, right, they didn't provoke him. You know, they didn't taunt him. They didn't, you know, do any of that dumb shit that you would see like in Denver, you know, and then these other places, right? They talked to him very calmly and politely and nice. Hey, man, you want to use the phone? You want to get a phone call? Come on, I'll give you a phone call. You know, he's like, you want me to change the channel? You know, they tried everything, right? But all nice. They weren't like threatening him or laughing at him or none of that, right? So they actually calmed him down quickly without any threat of violence. You know, and that was really impressive. And how I know that is because I could hear, right, what was going on. And I was like on the floor with my ear next to the crack of the bottom of the door because I wanted to know what was going on, right? Because if he got abused, I was going to write a grievance. But no, none of that happened. So Yeah, I had to wait an extra 5 hours, almost 5 hours and change, before he gave that. So he thought of that a while. He had to look through my record and all that kind of stuff, right? I kept telling them that they were wrong to let me go, and Brian Loma showed my name is inside of the mailbox now, and there is a reason for that, right? So, but I'll save that reason for court if they want to take it to court. I've got all the proof of that too. So, there was no crime. Supreme Court was warned and ruled, we the people do not have to talk to these asshats, as well as your 4th and 5th Amendments. Correct, Lady Di. Lady Zaga, note, he's kidding cops who are watching. Carolina Fort Worth says, at Minnesota hippie, I think cops don't know anything is coming. Oh, I need to turn up the brightness. That's what was wrong. Holy moly, my brightness was down. Whew. I thought I was going blind. Lady Di says, yeah, you're a criminal, says Shy Town Mike. Lady Di says, yeah, all your rapes and committing murder too, Abity. Lady Favara, good morning, Liberty and all. Good morning to you, Jane. I am practicing piano, says Marilyn is commuting her crimes under the authority of the HOA, making them liable. Correct, because the HOA is actually the victim. So, yeah, apartment complex can regulate a swimwear at the pool. Yeah, well, that's an apartment complex, right? The HOA can have all kinds of different little rules or whatever, but an HOA person cannot just say, I don't like this guy, get him off this property like you're some kind of wino sitting there loitering at a 7-Eleven, right? I'm there recording a police interaction, police activity going on, right? Because a car was, they're trying to illegally tow a car, right? And then they want to, get the cops on us, as you guys can say, to lie, to bring the police there, to bring violence upon us. And we need to bring our cameras out to be able to video document that, because we need evidence in this case to be able to prove that we're not doing anything wrong in case anything happens. Not that we expect it or want anything to go wrong, but as you guys can see, it doesn't matter. It just goes wrong, right? There's just nothing you can do. I mean, these guys are just goons, right? And then, and this time it wasn't even really the police right off the rip, right? It was actually because of another homeowner of some place there, of a homeowner, the neighbor of a homeowner, because that's basically what she is, all she is. Night Shadow Patrol says, good morning at Jane Ferrara. Ignorant Pleb says, yeah, apartment complexes can regulate swimwear at the pool. Grateful Gal says, I don't have a good feeling about the mini cop taking all your pick. He's definitely up to something. Yes, look, they're investigating us, right? In a way, they're trying to criminalize us, right, for doing what we do. Lakewood has now passed a, please guys, and if you guys feel free to make KORA requests that would take less than an hour. That means a public records request that would take less than an hour. Or if you have the financial means to pay for a KORA request, then that would be awesome too, right? KORA request everything that has to do with us. Anything that has to do with any memos about us, any memos about any First Amendment auditors or anything, right? Anything that has to do with videotaping the police or incidents of people videotaping the police. Please, if you guys can do that and send it to me, that would be amazing, right? There's an amazing help. Because if you guys remember, I made a live stream the other day, and what happened was when we showed up, a little while later, 2 officers showed up, and when I looked behind me, there was a sergeant and there was 2 cops behind us holding their cameras up like if they were cop watchers, right? Now, they were watching the cop watchers, some kind of intimidation tactic, and he said it wasn't an intimidation tactic. He said that now they've been told that that's what they're supposed to do, so if anything really happens, they actually have their own video evidence of it, right? That's fine. That's fine with me, because we don't do anything illegal, right? And we have nothing to hide. So they figure that it's edited video, which we always put up, but it's not so. We live stream, right? IRL stream, in real life stream. That's what it stands for. So they can record us all they want. And that just makes it cool, because then that way we get to FOIA those recordings. And we're going to do a CORA request, which is basically here in Colorado. So that's the same thing as a Freedom of Information Act request for all those pictures that was taken by that little tiny man. He was awfully. He was cute. He was a little cute thing. It was like a little teacup chihuahua in a uniform. He was a CSO, which stands for a community service officer. The mini cop, that was awesome. Grateful Gal. Miguel 3209 says, since when is an HOA considered a property manager? Correct. I mean, look. Thank you guys, because I mentioned this, and it doesn't take a lot to know this. It's basic knowledge, right? I mean, almost anybody that's ever owned a home or been around an HOA or whatever, knows this, right? So it's just astounding to me. It's mind-blowing to me that these cops actually think they have a legal right to violate my rights on this little mini thing and just throw you in a cage. Ignorant Pleb says, apartment complexes are allowed to be tyrants, but it is not an apartment complex. It is a condominium unit. It is a complex of condominiums, individually owned homes. Okay? These are not all apartments owned by one company, which has to say so because they rent you the place, right? Yeah, and they did put my life in. Lady Di says they also put your life in imminent danger because you are not allowed access to medical attention on your medicines. Don't forget that part. That is true, Lady Di. They did not give me my medicines. I told them that I needed them bad and I hadn't taken them. They felt it was more important to keep me in jail than to care about my medical needs. Actually, when Jana was outside and she was hammering them about about them taking the medicine from her so she can give them to me, so that they can give them to me, he called up and asked the guy, because I was standing right there. He goes, yeah, he's standing right in front of me. Oh, how does he look? Hey, he looks fine. He goes, oh, okay, bye. And they just hung up. Like, no, he's fine. Mind you, they had just taken my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was 170/129. Exactly. Right? 170/129. That is not fine. Okay, that's not fine. That's heart attack blood pressure. And I didn't actually get my medicine until I was able to leave, and I didn't get them until after I was released. Ignorant Pleb says, I wonder what the legal standing and the bylaws with the HOA have. Yeah, we already have that. We're already finding that out right now. CDFW Liberty Free says, wait, whoa, do you really have a criminal history? That means that they can arrest you? It is simple logic. What is wrong with these people? Yeah, it's true. Oh, he's got a criminal record? Arrest him. Southwind 10 says, a deck of cards, Joker's Wild. Jane Favara, Night Shadows, High Love. I'm practicing piano, says, even 1 minute is unreasonable. Correct. How can you tell somebody you have 1 minute to leave? So I was supposed to leave, watch, I was supposed to leave my keys, my car, my medicines, which I hadn't taken yet, right? I needed to take it. I was right around the time where I had to take them, but then it got complicated, right? And then I got arrested. So now I'm really not taking them, right? So I'm not allowed to grab my medication. I'm not allowed to grab my keys. Because this fucking guy with a gun said, get out now within a minute or I will hurt you and put you in a cage. And then they cranked my arm, and they were like cranking my arms all the way around, right? Stop resisting, stop resisting. I was like, God damn it, I'm not resisting. I can't turn and twist my arm in the direction that you're wanting it to go. It's a difference. Dan, you need to put surveillance on Maryland. Maryland is not going to be able to tolerate the legal tsunami that's coming her way. It's never going to stop. Why? Because she's going to need lawyers, and we don't. That's why. No. See, you don't have to resort to violence, right? You don't have to resort to violence. You don't threaten nobody. You don't have to, do any vandalisms or injury or any of those things, right? No. You pursue it legally. That's what they ask us to do, right? That's what we're asked to do. That's what we're supposed to do, right? It's a civil matter, right? Oh, we will bring it civilly to you, Miss Marilyn. You will be married to a lot of us now for a long time. Because remember, there were several people that were trespassed, right? There were several people who have had lying statements written to have them criminalized. There are several people who will be pursuing this legally against you and the association. So I think my crystal ball is telling me, let me see. I think my crystal ball is telling me that you're not going to be HOA president for very long. Julia Jane says, land of the free. Okay, CFW says, we say it live, idiots. Julia Jane says, the land of the free. Those police need to answer for this. Yes, they do. Jane Ferrara says, Liberty, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Hugs. Hugs back to you, Jane. Meanie says, all this time I thought you were black. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I got news on that too. Coming up on that case. We just went through a motions hearing yesterday. I made it out of jail on time to get to my motions hearing. Knights Patrol says, hi, Stephanie London. I got notified 10 minutes after it started. Stephanie London, crazy Liberty, hugs. And hugs back to you, Stephanie. Fear no less has just got here. We're charged. I guess, man, I'm way behind, ain't I? Oh, fuck. Land of the free and home of the slave. That's the last one. It was the land of the free. It was the land of the free a long time ago. Yeah, Mama Cookie, you're right. Hey, Mike Jones, who? What's up? So I went to a motions hearing yesterday, and it was absolutely amazing. My public defender, John Stevens. If you guys look him up. He's one of the public defenders here in Colorado. His name is John Stevens. This man he worked with Maya Angelou. He's been in Africa fighting civil rights things. He fights for prisoners. I mean, people with AIDS and things. I mean, all kinds of people who have been discriminated for all kinds of things, right? So, sometimes we get lost in this, and we call them public pretenders and stuff. Some of them are trash, and others have really, really earned and gained my respect. And above all, it would be Mr. John Stevens. If you guys look at him and his history, he's an amazing human being. I'm proud to have him as my public defender, as my attorney, as my lawyer, and now I say to comment to him, and I introduced him as one day in court, and I said, hey guys, this is my public defender, John Stevens. And he said, why can't it just be attorney or lawyer? Why does it have to be public defender? And I thought he was insulted, and he said he just meant it kidding or whatever, and I apologized to him for that later, because I had a conversation with him, and I said, man, if my financial situation were to ever change, I said I would just so gladly and immediately hand you a brick to put you in retainer, So, I mean, my God, if you ever go into private practice, I'd love to have you on retainer on my cases. And he said, I'm very honored at that compliment, Mr. Irizarry. And he said, but I have to tell you that I joined this career. I got into this career for the people. And he said, and I'm never going to go into private practice, Mr. Irizarry, because I will always be a defender of the people. So I will always be a public defender. Man, that totally touched me, right? Like totally my respect level for him just like disappeared into the, you know, into space. I mean, that comment was just like amazing, right? And one hell of an attorney he is. My judge is, of course, always giving, you know, the prosecution anything that they need or want, right? I mean, the prosecution came, they were completely unprepared. Oh, Your Honor, actually, it's not amended correctly because those aren't the charges that we're charging him with. I've been being charged now for months, almost a year, and now at this motions hearing, they're saying, no, that's the wrong charges. Though there's all kinds of due process issues with that. You know, she went and thought about it and found the absolute reason why the prosecution can do this and get away with it, and she granted it to the prosecution. Now, I must hand to her, she did make the prosecutions, they're going to have to give us a bill of particulars, which means that there must be a detailed thing, like, for example, and then he came in here, and then he said this, and then he did this. The moment that he said this and did this is what constitutes the crime of disorderly conduct, blah, 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 or, you know, whatever it is. So now they have to break it down and be extremely detailed on what it is that I'm being charged with. The charges should be dismissed, but they're not going to be. Because from what I hear, the judge dismisses nothing, but she's okay on the sentencing part, right? I might go to jail on this case, you know, if they get dirty enough. They added 2 new charges, right? So in total, I have 6 charges on this case. 6. This is the Englewood case. This is when we got arrested at the Englewood Civic Center, where Eric was arrested with no shirt on, yelling, help, help, help. So, but it would be unrelated. I think that maybe even if I win this, I might go to jail. I might be doing a year and a half. Might be doing a couple of years in jail. I'm all right with that. My lawyer called me and told me, look, I got to tell you what the offer is. They're using these 2 extra charges as a fear tactic to get you to plea because they know they have no case. They're kind of like unrelated charges, which I had to sign under threat, duress, and coercion under the threat of arrest. If I didn't sign it, it's not a true contract. But anyways, my lawyer gave me the offer and the plea, and he even told me the counter offer that they had for them. But I had to tell him, man, I guess if my options are to take a plea or to take the firing wall, my exact answer was, I guess if it's between a plea and the firing wall, I guess my last word alive will be freedom, because I'm not taking a plea. I'm a little worried about it, but you know, you can't stand up for freedom and not expect this in the end at some point, right? So here's, you know, if you guys haven't learned, haven't known, if you guys don't know the name Schaefer Cox, that's Schaefer, last name Cox, please look him up. Because it's the end, it's the fate that the government wants of all of us. He's a man who committed no crime. By Starburst. He's committed no crime. He's a Christian man, a man of integrity, a gentle, passive man who stands up for the rights of this country, right? Who speaks up, you know, just against the tyranny and stuff, right? They made some kind of special after 9/11 Patriot Act rules, laws that they have him arrested under, right? He's facing 26 years in prison for what he has said. Never committing a crime, never hurting anyone, nothing. Please look up Schaefer Cox. He needs to be shared. Please, if you find anything about him, share it today on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on everything, please make his name known, because any one of us doing this can be the next Schaefer Cox. And I am Schaefer Cox, right? So it's pretty bad. There was a big hearing on him yesterday, so my advice: don't organize, stand alone. We're not organized, man. You know, there's no organization here. They want to make it like some kind of an organization. We're a bunch of friends, man. We're a bunch of friends that think this is fucked up. That's all it is. We're just a bunch of friends. You know, we're actually friends. Personal, intimate friends. They've known each other for a long time. You know? That's like saying Republicans and Democrats, because you're a Republican and some Republican did something terrible. All Republicans are criminals. See what I'm saying? No, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. You know, it's just stupid. We have the right to free assembly. We have the right to hang out with whoever we want, wherever we want. Shit is fucked up and stuff, should I tell Mike? It's not an organization, man. I'm not a part of any of these organizations or whatever. I'm just me. You know, that's why I've kind of stayed. You know, we don't have corporate meetings. We don't get together, have meetings on this. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking stupid, man. Everything is illegal. Your existence is illegal. You know, well, I know the advice wasn't for me, Lady Zaga. She says the advice wasn't for you, Liberty. It was for everyone reading this chat who want to create associations and such. Yeah, true. Thank you for that, Lady Zaga. I just wanted to put it out there on the record, right? Yeah, pigs they can assemble a gang, but the citizens can't, right? That's exactly how it works, right? The badge gives you magic powers to do all things. It gives you magic powers to come on people's private property. It gives you private power. It gives you magic powers to put people in jail. It even gives you the magic right to even kill people with impunity. You know. So, hi, Sitting Bull. I thought you said you guys were the most legally astute protesters in Colorado. Yeah, we are. We are. You know, that means that we are individually protesters. And we're individually astute. You know? That is true. Legally astute. And it all comes down to semantics, right? It's all, you know, so what you're saying is the difference between, like what people say is like, so the difference is between you're fucking with the most legally astute protester in Colorado, but if you add an S to it, now it's illegal. Yeah, it's just like committing 5 legal things makes it a crime, right? Kind of like they trying to get me and Eric, right, under the fact that if you do 5 legal things, all these are legal, but if you do them all at the same time, it becomes illegal. When all is said and done, you need intestinal fortitude, gut to stand up to tyranny, and baby, you got it. Hugs. Wow, thank you, Right and Wrongs. Thank you for that. But all glory be to God, because he's the only one that gives me the courage to stand up to these things. And I want you to know that I'm slowly changing in these times. Okay, I've been praying a lot lately. You know, a lot more, and I've been praying for those who do me wrong. I was praying for the deputies, you know, yesterday in jail, and you know, the guys who were in there and all that kind of stuff. So. Yeah. You know, it's please don't think that I'm, by no means, I mean, inside you, fear is real. You know, the feel that you feel, but I feel that fear is also false evidence appearing real. And, you know, if God be for me, who could possibly be against me? For though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for your rod and thy staff, they comfort me. You know, when you have those words and you read those words and you make them so that you know they inset inside your body, you know, and they begin to take a place in your heart, right? You start to become immovable, in those things, and you start to become wiser in your decisions and the way that you do things, and but don't mistake it for my courage for like a fear. I just, if you believe in it, you have to believe in it to the end, right? I believe in Christ to death, right? I'll die for my Savior. At least I think so. I don't know if I would actually do that if the time came, but I would like to. I would like to have the internal fortitude of, if somebody ever pressed a gun against my head and said, all you got to do is renounce God, like they did in Columbine, right? Do you believe in God? Yes. And then you take it out. I hope I have the internal fortitude if a moment like that came, right? But the truth is, I have to do this because it's important to me, because it's the one thing that I have believed in the most. Nothing has taken a stronger direction in my life. Nothing has meant more to me. I never cared about something more than to stand up against this injustice. And the things that are done to innocent people. Good morning, brother. What's up, Gary? Yes, and I'm glad, and I'm honored. I'm lucky. I am blessed to have friends and family like you, Gary, and your family. Thank you. I love you guys. Just to let you guys know, for those of you who don't, that gentleman that's in the chat right now, Mr. Gary Rodriguez. Mr. Gary Rodriguez, when I was sleeping rough in Denver, when I was on the streets here in Denver, when I was taken to jail, that man, without knowing me, he came, he took me to eat. Oh, well, they took me out, and actually it was you guys who took me to eat, Rick, along with Brian Loma. And he opened up his home to me. He let me stay in his home. He said, I want you to come to my house and stay. You're welcome in my home. I'll give you a room, if you need it or whatever, until you're on your feet. And luckily, it wasn't very long, just a couple days. And thanks to you guys, I was able to get this van, right? And then things changed and started going up, right? Started picking up. But I want to thank you, Mr. Rodriguez, you and your family, for everything you've done and are doing. And I want to make a little special on them, because they're amazing people who have changed their life in a positive direction for the love of their family and for a love for each other. And they're just beautiful people. Okay, Gary, I didn't want to say her name. I was trying to keep it private. That's why I kept saying him and his family, right? I just didn't want to get names out there. So, hey, Ricky, how are you? Oh, yeah, remember, you cooked at his house. That's right, yeah. Hey, what's up, La Luz? And so yeah, anyways, look, on the Morgan County deal, we had a great motions hearing. Everything was denied. And then the public defender, not the public defender, the prosecutor tattletale, Your Honor, he called me a liar. And it was like, because he's a liar. He's a liar, right? He lied about everything. He's lied about everything he's ever said in the entire case, right? So, the cop didn't show up. He was 2 hours late, but that's okay. They can come as late as they want. You know, we had a flat tire the other day going to that case, and I went with Eric, and I was told that if I was 5 minutes late to the case, I was going to jail for contempt. Or, you know, I was not going to show up. She was going to put a warrant for my arrest. But the prosecutor and their witness and all that, they can get there hours late. It'll be continued if necessary, right? So he admits that the guy's not there. When they ask if your witness is here, he said, he's not there. Let me see if I can get in contact with him. He goes outside. Guy's never there. Okay? The witness that they brought, the other witness, right, with the guy bringing the charges against me, a security guard, he states on the record, on the stand, that the other guy's not here yet, right? The guy walks in at the last minute, and I start saying, oh, so they can come in at any time that they want and face no repercussions or whatever. And then the prosecutor wants to chime in. I'm just not even talking to the cop, right? I'm actually talking to the people that are behind me. You know, the people who came to support me, right? I'm just making an out loud comment. Oh, they can come whenever they want. They can be here too. And then the prosecutor chimes in and says, no, he's been sitting there waiting. He's been sitting outside for 2 hours. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. And I said, you're a liar. You are nothing but a liar. And he gave me the biggest just stare, and which is like, it's hilarious, right? Because the top of his head reaches me about here, right? I feel like Shaquille O'Neal standing next to this guy, right? And then he tattletales. He's talking to the witness, and he's talking to and he called me a liar. Well, I'm gonna prove you're a liar. Hey, Chris, whenever I'm done with this live stream, Chris Powers is still out there. Give me a buzz. I'll call you back if you're not busy. Shaqy minus the 20 shoes. Yeah. Surprised his pants weren't on fire, says Mama Cookie. Janet Matt says, La Luz, Colorado, been thinking about you. Stay warm. He's good. He's good. You got good. Oh, Janet Matson. Ooh. Hello, senora. Thank you for being on my live stream. Let me get it right. Let me go. Hold on. We got Janet Matson in the house. Give me a second. So, hey, Janet, did you ever trespass me from your house or your property, Janet? Janet, did you ever trespass me from your house? Did you ever, did you object to them arresting me or trespassing me? Hey, Holly Auditor Liberty. She says, Stephen Mazer, what's going on, my friend? There's another superpower brother of mine. Lenny from West Virginia says, hi, Liberty. Much love and respect to you. Nice. I like that state. West Virginia is a beautiful state. Sitting in my car waiting for Mary. Mary. Why you bugging? Hugs, Liberty. Hugs all, says Jen T. Janet Matson in the house. Woo woo! Says Holly Auditor. Good Citizen News, Ohio. Glad you are home, brother. Thank you. Lady Dice says, hi, Janet. Jenny Sue, 2379. Love your smile. Thank you. Holly Auditor. Happy Fuck the Cops Day. Janet Matson, Maryland, to get in her car parked in the wrong parking spot. Oh, sitting in my car waiting for Maryland. Really? Waiting for Marilyn to get in her car parked in the wrong parking spot. Really? Well, why didn't you just call the tow truck company? Have it towed. Just come out and sign like she was going to do. Dana Judd, can you go home? No, I cannot, Dana. No, I cannot. Tamika Simpson, hi Liberty, glad you're out. That's right, I can't go to my home because I'm trespassed from the parking lot, right? There's no protection order, there's none of that, right? It's the parking lot. Is that a sleeper behind you? I'm in my van. Just my messy ass house, right? There's my bed right here. I gotta make a better curtain back there. This is my curtain that separates the front from the back. You know, keeps it private, right? Dark gray goes with the color of the van, as you can see. That's why I chose that color. Janet, video that shit. Yeah, make sure you turn on that video camera, Janet. You understand? No matter how weird it feels to hold the camera while you're having a conversation, please make sure that you turn it on. Tucson police suck. Respect from Tucson. Respect, Tuck. What's up, sir? Thank you for being on my live stream. I'll be seeing you when I'm over there in Arizona. You're here, and please, if you ever come to Colorado, let me know. Grim Reaper, glad they finally got the thugs to release you. Yeah, I was released. I want to thank Eric Brandt. Eric Brandt paid for my release. I had a $500 bond, and he paid it for me. I want to thank him for that. It's my brother. Hello, I watched that, says Sandra Jones. Nice Shadow Patrol. Hi, Agenti. Hugs. Matson, thinking about calling Eric to bring me some coffee. Do that, Janet, do that. Tucson police suck. Glad you're out. I'm glad to be out, Tucson. Hi, Chi-Town Mike says, call the tow truck. Nice Shadow Patrol. Good morning, Janet Matson. Grim Reaper. Hey, Sandra. Right and wrongs. Janet, did you trespass Abity? Was he unwelcome in your home? Genty, hugs. Mike, hugs. Nice shade. Sandra Jones, why can't you go home? I'm trespassed. It's a fantastic life, says Steve Mazer. Yes, it is. Hashtag van life. Wish you a good day, Janet. Thank you. Hey, everyone. Yeah. You know, I have to... It's difficult, man. You know, it's difficult to be in here. My van is still not insulated yet. I still haven't gotten around to be able to put the insulation on and finish it. It's extremely cold out here. I don't have any, what do you call that? What do you call them warm clothes you put under? You know, those stretchy, warm things that you put under your clothes, you know, to stay warm. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Video it. Right, Sandra Jones. That's what I'm trying to say. Because the neighbor doesn't want me there. Because the neighbor said so. Can you believe that? Right? That's right. How can they do that? That's a $64,000 question, isn't it? How is it that they can do that? But it's all right. I already have my lawyer on it, right? They're going to have to prove that I didn't live there, right? Which I can absolutely prove that I do, right? Yeah, I don't have any insulated underwear. Yeah, that's what. I don't know how much time before this is resolved, Dana Judd. Whose parking lot says iPanda Army 4777? The parking lot is the parking lot of Janet's house. Where you park your car when you go to Janet's house, right? Sex cures the weather being cold. Just saying. Nice shadows for truck. Yeah, okay. Go into a walk-in freezer and get naked and screw Night Shadows Patrol. Tell me how warm you feel. Bouncer Slap says the legal system is based on lies, corruption for the purpose of generating revenue, money. They rob us to pay themselves. That's right. Hollywood Water says, I have a potato blaster. We can blow out her windows. I'm a country girl. We do redneck things. Screw the HOA lady. That's funny, Holly. Holly, you can come anytime, meal included. That's right. Believe me, if Janet invites you to her house, forget about it. You know you're welcome. I mean, no better hostess than Janet. She is wonderful. And that's why we all love her so. Eric has a heart of gold and is always willing to people whether he knows you or not, says Jane Ferrara. And that is so true. He even helps and stands up for those who don't like him, right? Even those who don't like him. And he's even stands he doesn't like. He might not stand that person. But because of the situation, how it is, and that man's been done that injustice, it doesn't change in how he fights for you, right? Which is awesome. So he'll go protest for somebody even he doesn't like. Jane Farrar says, you too, Liberty, always helping people. Thank you, because, you know, it says, in the Bible it says, that give, and freely shall it be given unto you, pressed down, shaken, and overflowing shall men give into your bosom. Right? So it's always better to give. The Bible says it's always better to give than to receive. Because God is a giving God. So if we're the children of God, we should be giving people. Can you sue the HOA lady? I believe so. Oh, yeah. She had me arrested. She conspired with the police illegally to have me arrested. Kayleen Foley says, you're welcome in my parking lot anytime. I'm in Lakewood. That'd be cool. Oh, that'd be awesome. I might take you up on that offer one day if I get kicked out of any spot that I'm parked at. I normally don't park in spots, you know, like I don't stay there for days or whatever. I just, usually the spots that I choose, like when I stay in my van, I choose spots that, just overnight. You know, I just go there literally to sleep. I go to the spot and I just go to sleep. Wake up early in the morning, because you guys know that I get up early, right? Like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I immediately wake up, warm the vehicle up. You know, I make sure that I defrost everything first, and then once it's warm and defrosted, I load up and I roll. I just go somewhere else, right? Before it starts to become busy, before I get noticed, you know, before jerks start to become jerks. So thank you for that, Miss Foley. Not time. Shut up and just go to jail. Oh, we got a troll. Danny Garcia 1. Janet, one day I'm going to come. I love you guys. What you all do will always have a place in my heart for you all. I wish I could do more to help you all. You do when you say things like that, Holly. You do when you come visit. You do when you do maybe a record record, whatever, you know. You do it just by being here, and we thank you. Thanks for being here. Oh, you're right, Sandra Jones. Happy Fuck the Cops Day. Happy Fuck the Cops Day. It's Tuesday, folks. It's twice today. Jen T, can you post Liberty's PayPal? I don't know how. I wish everyone had your heart in Lakewood. Thank you for what you do. Thank you, Thomas Wilcox. I wish everyone had your heart new in Lakewood. Thank you for what you do. Oh, thank you. So you're new to Lakewood. Cool. Liberty, Janet, Eric, Pikes, Brian J, 303 Cop Block, or the team crew in Colorado. I love them all. Kathleen Foley says Kipling and Colfax. Oh, wow. That's pretty close, Kathleen. Cool. Janet Matson, it's Tuesday. Twice on Tuesday. Happy fucking Cops Day. Yeah. Jen T, Liberty, is your PayPal working? Yes, it is. Yes. Okay, time to find some food, all of you, says Bouncer's Flab. At Jen T, love and thumbs up. Tucson, I never buy a house with an HOA. Yeah, that's what my lawyer said. He had an issue like that, and what the lady did was she got a protection order, and he's like, he can't even come back to his own house. He moved a month later. Never to get an HOA place again. It's nothing more than insanity, which is what they are. Words are important. Sanity means with sanity. Unsanity means not sane, says Jeffrey Prest. Holly Water, all right, I'm sitting at work trying to sell a house today. Everyone stay safe, and thank you for what you do. One more thing, check out my channel and what I did this morning. God bless. I will. Jenna, PayPal money to him this morning, so I sure hope it is. Jen T, thank you. Yes, Edmonton, Canada. I'll see if it's there, Lady Di, and you've already done it before, so it should be right there, right? You just oh, you mean like if it's on, like if it's still working? Yes, it is working. Jen T, thank you. Says Jane Favara. Wayne Gadbois, 2 times. Edmonton, Canada, Washington. Watching. Edmonton, Canada, watching. Wow, Edmonton, Canada. I so want to go to Canada on my travels. Man, I want to go to Canada so bad. So beautiful out there. Thank you, Rachel Wooten. Mama Cookie says, gotta run. See you all. Thrice on Thursdays. That's right, Lady Diana. Diana Clark, I know I was so mad the other night when they trespassed you. How can they keep you from getting your keys and vehicle? Correct. It's so insane, right? Did I get blocked? Not yet. Tucson police suck. Hit that like button. Tucson police suck. Zero Fucks Given says, hit that like button. Tucson police suck says, HOAs are like having a nosy neighbor that is a cop. Yep. La Luz of Colorado says, missing a few people in that family. Sovereign investigator, look out. Just to name a few. Yep. And we gotta include La Luz de Colorado too. You should have put that name first, because that's my brother that's always out there for us. Double whammy today. Yep. It says Lucinator 69. Sandra Jones, I'm sorry. You're welcome here, but you're welcome here, but I live in Pennsylvania. Oh, that's okay. If I ever go to Pennsylvania, I'll come by and see you. We'll make a video. Hang out. Lady Zaga, I'm in Toronto, Liberty. I have a parking for the van downtown too. Oh, wow. Nice, Lady Zaga. So, Lady Zaga, you're Canadian. You're way out there, huh? Toronto. Man, I can't wait. I'm going to meet you too. Is not time a troll? Might be. I think he's the one that said shut up and go to jail. Danny Garcia, La Luz de Colorado, mi hermano. Lucinator 69 says, at Lady Di, kisses. Kathleen Fuller said, did they trespass Monkai too? Yes, they did, Kathleen. Jen T, oops, La Luz. Yes, you and Sovereign and Ghost too. Lady Zaga says, indoor parking too. Oh, wow. Sandra Jones, hey there, Tucson police suck. Lady Di says, Lucinator 69, sweetheart. Jen T, still waking up. According to Jennifer, if you ever come to Southern California near the beach, you can always park on my property. What? Wow, that's a nice. Wow, how can you turn down that offer? If you ever come to Southern California, the best weather in the world, near the beach, you can always come on my property, says according to Jennifer. Gladly, Miss Jennifer. I would gladly go there. I'll take you up on that offer whenever I'm in Cali. See, actually, my whole journey in life here, I was on my way to Cali. I've been on my way to Cali for years, and I can't get there. Just Colorado would just not stop laying hands on me, right? I feel like, if you ever watch Hellraiser with all the chains on that dude just shooting out, about to pull him to pieces? That's how I feel like here in Colorado. Okay, hey, whoever's a mod on here, who's not a... Yeah. I can't tell who's a mod on here. That Now Time guy, off, gone. Later. The only loser around here is your mothers and father, okay? He should have been left in a condom. Sandra Jones says, you are welcome here. Tucson police suck. Hello, Agenti. Oh my God, Liberty. That would be awesome if you come to Pennsylvania. Lady Di, Sandra Jones says, Lady Di. So yeah, I'm gonna. Since I travel, I don't have a problem that whenever I'm in a town, or all you guys, whoever's there, I'll tell you where I'm at. You guys tell me, we'll meet somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We all meet. HOAs are, Lady Di says, HOAs are more like having a car buckle the size of both your hands on the cheek of your butt with a 14-hour day to sit down job. Thank you, Jen T. JVB, you went out of your way to piss off the cops that are already triggered to the max, and now look at you. banned from a homeowner, why get an HOA? Never would. They run your life. Yep. That's right. They don't like me recording. Time. No time. Please go. Lady Zaga. Oh yeah, Southern California. Best life. At Sandra Jones. Thank you. HOA's hose on acid. That's funny. Lucinator 69. Laughing out loud. Jay Ferrara. Jen T. Thank you. Jen T. You're welcome, Jane. Shout out Mike. Lucinator. Deuces. You lost all respect when you sucker punched that kid. I never sucker punched anybody. I already told that story. I'm not telling it again. This must be somebody over there from the crude team. Oh. I want to take that offer. I'm going back to Cali. Bro, get a van and we can roll together to Cali, bro. We can have a great time. Are you kidding me? Let's go, La Luz. Let's do this thing. Pack your shit. Take a little while. Whenever you're done, we'll come back. All right? Jeffrey Press says, these people causing all of our problems where we live and in our live streams are a special breed that are amongst us and in our neighborhoods by design of the ruling government cabal. Yeah, in Cuba they call them the committee. In Spanish it's el comité. And el comité was the local neighborhood narcs. They would narc on you and the guys in green would be in your house in a heartbeat. I'm a mod, not sure how it works. What would you do, Jane Favara, is you touch that person's name and you're going to have a little window that comes up and it's going to say ban the person or whatever, or block this person. You choose the one, not temporarily, but block his ass. It says hide users, comments on this channel or something like that. You hit that one and we'll never see it again. Thank you all for supporting Liberty Freaks, says Steve Mazer. Thank you for supporting us too, Steve. You're awesome. Sandra Jones says, I love to watch the sunset over the ocean. It's got to be beautiful out there. The sunset in Arizona is spectacular. The sunset here in Colorado too is also spectacular. From all of these there's just so many colors, right? It's like purple and orange, and it's just gorgeous. Oh, and then Danny Garcia. Cheers at Danny Garcia. Better being a supporter than a mod. Thank you, Gen T, for that. Wingo Boys. It's all about the condo laws. It's all about what the condo laws are. In Edmonton, it's mostly on owners for your actions as visitors, unless they drastically do something. Correct. Like, they can, maybe, she has a power to maybe send a letter to Janet or do some kind of within the homeowner thing about it. That's it. She doesn't have a right to trespass me off the entire property. I have a right to be there. I'm there by permission of a landowner there, a property owner. Low key, any place that has a property manager can trespass someone from the property as a whole if their claim is that the person is disturbing the other tenants, which is not so. Exactly, but even though you see disturbing the other, it has to be some type of, you broke the law, and it has to be tangible. It has to be substantial. It's got to be a substantial thing, not just I don't like him or he stinks or something. That's not how it works. Sandra Joe says, Lady Zaga, you are welcome here too. Kathleen Foley, I have a big bag of stuff for the homeless and smokes. Can I go to the feed and give them out on the sun? Are you kidding me? Of course, Kathleen. You're more than welcome to come out there. We would love for you to be there. We think it would be great if you came out. We love it when people come out to the feed and show their love. Please, half of the people that are there are people who watched it and now they're involved, right? Thank you. Yeah, we'd love for you to come on. I'd love to meet you, Kathleen. Come on out. We'd all love to meet you. Sandra Jones says, I'm about to get involved with the cops big time. I wonder why. Lady Zaga says, oh, thank you, Sandra Jones. Danny Garcia says, eyes wide open. Lady Zaga, the 3 dots beside the post, generator, press and select. Lady Zaga, try it on me, LOL. Fascist block freedom. Keep blocking, you coward. Fascist block freedom has to go. Fascist block freedom has to go. Let me hook him up. Oh, they falsely arrested my son. Good. No pleas. Don't make any plea. I'm not a lawyer. I can't give you any legal advice, but I personally don't make any pleas until I get all the discovery first. And then I look it over. Arizona is all right too, says Sandra Jones. Yeah, Arizona's beautiful. Beautiful. I love Arizona. Terry Barker says, hi, you are good. Sandra Jones, I'm a military vet. Thank you for that, Sandra. Lady Di says, the sunset here in Arizona is absolutely breathtaking. Yes, it is. Seen it. And what I really love about Arizona is around the springtime, right? All these flowers blossoming everywhere. And you walk, I mean, it's like the entire state is like walking into a florist. I guess you won't like it if you don't like smells or if you have allergies or whatever. But oh my God, you can go outside, drink your coffee, and go, and it just smells like you're in a flower garden, man. It's so awesome. I don't want people to talk shit about you. I get really upset because you are full of love and not hate. It's okay, but some people are full of hate and not love, Miss Ferrara. It's just how it works. Lady Zaga, delete this comment at Jane Ferrara. Yeah, you can either delete the comment or you can block the person's comments. If you block them, then I got to go back and find them to unblock them. But you know, just delete the comment if you don't like the comment. But we don't do that much around here. But we won't take any of these fucking, you know, hater trolls coming out here and thinking they're just gonna run my shit here. Get out of here. Sandra Jones says they shouldn't be allowed to do that. What else did they? Who else did they trespass? Was it Monkai? Yes, Sandra Jones, it was Monkai that they had trespassed. And but they only verbally trespassed him, which means nothing, right? So that means that he was trespassed that night. That's it, he is no longer trespassed. I got arrested, so I got a trespass notice with trespassing from the property for a year, right? So I can go over there and stand up against it, but I'm just tired, man. I can't take any more charges. I've had enough for right now, and I just don't want to battle that and challenge it for nothing. I want to choose my battles. I have the video, the cops admitting, if I show them, you know, a lease or something, which I don't have to show them but I have everything that they need, and I will go back and if they try to trespass me a second time, then, you know, it's on them legally. It's on them, you know. They'll just have to learn a legal lesson on that. Lady Zaga says, aim your mouse on the right hand side. Oh, aim your mouse on the right hand side, post on the right hand side of the post and hit 3 dots. Oh, thank you, Lady Zaga, for giving her a little tutorial on how to be a mod. I appreciate that. Butt plug. HOAs can get away with all kinds of shit that don't seem correct by law, right? Because you signed to it contractually. But their HOA is nothing like that, right? Their HOA is like some kind of unorganized whatever, and then this lady now runs it, and she's just an absolute Nazi, right? She's like, I can do anything I want, and you have to do what I say, right? We have pictures of all her junk cars parked out there and everything, right? When we started taking pictures and videos, and she realized that she had them moved. When I showed them that the parking lot was not up to code, they began to paint lines and make them clear, right? When I showed that they had no signs that were readable, they put up readable signs. You know, it just goes on. It's all right, Jane. You can keep your wrench. You can just keep it for the days that there's nobody else but you with a wrench, huh? You don't have to do anything. If you see other wrenches, don't even bother. You know, if you're the only wrench on the stream, I would really, really appreciate it if you would wrench, right? If you are ever in my part of West Virginia, you are more than welcome to park on my property. Well, Lenny from West Virginia, thank you very much. Kayleen Foley says, awesome. Love, love, love. John Millman, the HOA lady is harassing y'all. Arbitration with HOA attorneys. Yep. Oh, they're going to see it. Lady Zaga says, you're a great love too. Miss Jane, you pay attention. I'm better at being a supporter. I want Liberty to have the best. Thank you, Jane. Joe Cool. Morning, Liberty Freak. Morning to you, Joe. Lady Zaga, I just learned to use the Bammer. Yes, according to Jennifer, yes, I'm in Redondo. Wow, nice. Chi-Town Mike, Joe Cool, baby. Jane Favara, Joe Cool. What's up? Sandra Jones. Oh, I have a history with the police. So do I. Lucinator 69. I want to come to the 16th Street Mall, but I don't get anyone to pay my flight from Belgium. Lucinator, you're from Belgium? Wow. Wow. So I get your support from way out there, man. That is very cool. It makes me feel so cool inside to see people watching my stream from way out in other countries. That is so neat. So let me ask you a question. If I ever come visit Belgium, am I welcome? I want to go to different countries, rent a van while I'm there, and kind of van live around the country. You know, that's how I want to do my visiting. I don't want to go to hotels and, you know, and little tours and stuff like that, right? I want to go experience it for myself. Dana Judd said, what's up to Joe? Not so cool. How's my sweet trader this morning? Oh my, more hate. Hey, Joe Cool. Lucinator 69, hi Joe Cool. Deuces, deuces, deuces. Arizona has snakes and tarantulas. Yeah, that's cool. I love scary critters. Joe Cool says, morning, Lucinator. Joe Cool. Jeffrey, morning. Lady Zaga, I've been to Arizona 3 times, and one time it snowed for the first time in 6 years. Everyone blamed me for bringing the snow. Gods of Egypt. Morning, everyone. Good morning, Gods of Egypt. Sandra Jones. Hey, Joe Cool. You're welcome here, too. Lady Zaga, love. Lady Zaga, Coolio's at Joe Cool. Sandra, love you. Only seen 2 tarantulas and 3 snakes on our property in over 5 years, Sandra. All states have their own thing. Yep. Hey, I used to live in Florida, South Florida. You know, we got alligators, all kinds of snakes, all kinds of wild, dangerous shit that's been brought by pet shops and then released into the Everglades and everywhere else. Kathleen Foley says, mean people suck. I agree, Kathleen. Miss E. Love, says Joe Cool. Kathleen, agreed, says Joe Cool. According to Jennifer, we have black widow spiders and earthquakes. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and then South Florida also has hurricanes, right? Danny Garcia says, you have to wait till some of the other charges fall off. Yes, that's what I'm waiting for, Danny. They're just surmounting too much. I'm starting to miss court dates, right? I'm starting to fuck things up, so. Oh, there you go. Oh, dummy. I forgot I was on Streamlabs. It kicked me off. I'm trying to get back on. I'm like, where the hell is everybody? I am in Barbersville, West Virginia. I gotta look that up, Lenny. Welcome back, Liberty. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I did hit the wrong button, and then I thought it was like YouTube kicking me off like it normally does. So I went back to YouTube, and I noticed it's asking me if I want to go live, and I'm like, hey, what happened to my stream, right? And then I realized, oh, I had put up my stream through Streamlabs. So that's about it. I'm gonna have to let you guys go. I have a responsibility with a friend of mine. I'm building his van, and he was supposed to be in Arizona by a certain time, and we've been so busy here that it's taking up all my time, and I just want to make sure that I get that done. I have a little bit of free time today. So I'm gonna have to let you guys go. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry I haven't been on too much, but I love it when I'm on here. I miss these. I miss this talk or this chat in the morning with you guys. So I thought I'd make a good one, this morning. Thank you guys for showing love and everything. If you guys want to show me any love and help out, I do need some long johns, man. I need some warm stuff. And thank you guys for being my family away from home, huh? You guys are the greatest. And whoever's nearby us, can you guys please come to the feed? Huh? Can you guys come on a Sunday? Be there at 9:30? We're always there sharp. You can be there about 9:15 and wait around for a couple minutes. You guys are the best. Thank you. Be true to yourselves. Love your neighbor. Walk with integrity. Speak truth and truth alone. And let your yes be yes and your no's be no. I love you all. God bless you in Jesus' name. Bye.